registration on the webinar. Meanwhile, I will invite you to watch our video of the SKEMA to let you know a little bit about our school. Next.
Studying at SKEMA was a life trigger. Here's my story.
Here's my story.
Here's my story.
Here is my story.
When I was a student at SKEMA, I realized the world tour by hitchhiking. During this trip, I realized that nothing is impossible for people who dream, dare, work hard, and never give up.
Since my childhood, I always want to travel around the world to learn different cultures, different language.
I grew up with music. I started piano when I was 5, and then I pursued that career to the end of signing a contract with a major music label. After that, I had a choice to make. I wanted to do business, do music at the same time.
After high school, I did not go to college right away. My dream was to work in international business. This required joining a business school that matched my ambitions.
So I've discovered that school named SKEMA.
I chose SKEMA because of their ambition. I met a lot of different people, learned a lot with different teachers. I was in 4 different campuses.
And I find that SKEMA is the one that have like major marketing courses, and also by the fact that this is an international school and that I can go study abroad with it.
When I was looking for internship, SKEMA gave me a gateway to my career in Europe. With the financial market and investment program, I was given solid knowledge.
Now I work as a regional sales manager in a company specialized in digital audio, so both of my worlds. Going to SKEMA, I realized my dream.
Today, I have adventure and business projects. I create my own company, Imago. We support people who have adventure projects with a great social impact, and we just help them to achieve their goals. But my biggest challenge is just in front of me. This challenge is the Vendée Globe, one of the most important and difficult sailing races in the world. But it's more than this, it's a wall. The Vendée Globe, it's a place for personal development, entrepreneurship, for business, for project development, for management. It's also a project about nature and about meeting people. And it's what I like, a human adventure.
Now I am a risk analyst in Luxembourg. It's very important for me also to be an active volunteer in social projects. Thanks to SKEMA, all of these helped me to become the person I would like to become.
I'm in my dream city, Los Angeles, and I'm finishing my master's degree in UCLA in partnership with SKEMA Business School. With SKEMA, I've learned a lot of things, plus it gives me keys to work in that field and in that business, and I was like, maybe if I know how it works, I can implement it to my band.
My name is Benjamin Ferré.
My name is Antea Guios.
My name is Orson Spate.
My name is Meng Jiao.
I'm a SKEMian.
I am a SKEMian.
I'm from SKEMA.
I am from SKEMA, and I have a message for you.
Believe in yourself. This is the most important thing.
Be an international citizen.
Be yourself, no matter what they said. Your true self is gold.
Opening yourself to a future where you could dream big.
Okay, thank you everyone for your patience. And as all our alumni in the video said, SKEMA give various opportunity for their successful futures. So I hope you will join our campus, and then we will help you to achieve your professional objective and dreams. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you our presentation. Please tell me whether you can see the screen shared. Is it okay?
Yes.
Thank you, Torsten. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Lu Yongfeng, and I'm from the admission service of SKEMA Business School. Very nice to see you all. And I'm delighted to be your host today. And I'm also glad that I see Torsten already joined us, the program director of our MSc, Global Supply Chain Management and Procurement. Hello, Torsten. Do you want to say hi to everyone?
Hello, and happy to do the presentation soon. Yeah.
Thank you. So let's start with the outline of today. I'm going to present you briefly of SKEMA Business School, and then I will pass it to Torsten to give you more insights of the program. Then I will present you more information about the admission process and also the student surveys that we are going to offer to you. The last section is Q&A. If you have any question, feel free to come back to us, and then we're happy to answer all your questions. Okay, so let's get started. SKEMA Business School, the whole name, it is School of Knowledge, Economy and Management. It is a global school. We start from France. We remain close to our French roots because we have 3 campuses in France, but we are growing more and more international. Right now, we have more than 10. We have 10 locations over 5 continents. Here are the locations that we have. 3 campuses in France: Lille, Sophia Antipolis, and Paris. Then we also have 2 campuses in China, one in Dubai, a new one from September 2025. We also have campus in Raleigh, US, located in North Carolina, and an AI center in Canada, Montreal, and another 2 campuses in South Africa and Brazil. Some key figures to help you know better about SKEMA. Until today, we have more than 54,000 alumni in the world in more than 145 countries. That means if you join us, you are going to become alumni with all these people. When you want to find a job in different country, you can reach out to them to search for opportunity. Then in campus, we have 10,000 students. 40% of them are international students, though, so you will not feel alone when you join us. You are not only going to make friends with French students, but also students from China, India, America, Canada, etc. And then more than 500 academic professors. 190 of them are academic faculty, and the rest of them are professional in their own domain. That means all the knowledge you are going to study are up to date. Then, as I said just now, we have 10 locations across the world and more than 160 academic partnerships. And the program that Torsten is going to present to you, we also have some partnerships. We also have a lot of international accreditations. Then that means our performance meet a lot the highest level of recognition. Like we have good performance in the internationalization level, the employment rate of the student, and also the academic excellence. For us, very expect to show the excellence of the school. It is the ranking. Our master in management ranked number 5th in France. And this program, the program that we are going to present to you, it rank 16th worldwide.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. If it is possible, I would like to invite you to put your headset and also your micro in silence, so that it will not disturb the presentation later. Thank you for your comprehension. Okay, so I will pass it to Torsten to give you more information about the program.
Thank you so much. I'm the program director, so I'm responsible for this program now for 3.5 years, and you can already see on this slide a couple of important elements of the program. So one important element is
I already enrolled for my PhD program here in Nigeria, and taking that huge amount of money. Initially, I want everything to even work out this year, but since most of all these things is not free, do I?
Okay, so you see here on the left side, you see the campus in Lille. So the program is historically based in Lille. Why Lille? Because Lille is the central logistics and supply chain hub for France for historical reasons. I could talk for hours why this is the case, but it's the case. So it's a nice, friendly city in the north of France. We have two big corporations. That is what you see in the next two pictures. One with MIT, which is one of the top 10 business schools in the world. Very smart people. And it's probably the best business school and program in the world regarding supply chain management. So this is why we have a partnership with them. I'll talk about that soon too. And then we have a new partnership with Harvard. Why Harvard? Because Harvard is a great business school from my perspective. The best business school in the world, and they have excellent courses in areas like leadership. So that's kind of the locations that are the main cooperation partners. We have more, so I will tell you more information on the other slides. So that, yeah, sure. This is me. I don't want to be boring. I'm not really important. So I'm an industry person. I worked in supply chain and procurement for 20 years. I worked in consulting. I was a partner and managing director at multiple companies. I did teach all over the world on 4 different continents. And as you can see here, I was educated multiple times at Harvard. I'm not the only Harvard person teaching in our program. We have, I think, 12 of our teachers come from Harvard. So we have a huge relationship to Harvard in the program. Very good. So this is me. As I said, I'm not the most important thing. So maybe we go to the next slide. Perfect. So this is a summary. So everything that's really important about the program should be on the slide. Of course, there are a ton of additional details, but this is kind of the big thing. So our goal is to be one of the best programs in the world. And the question is, how do you measure how good you are? Rankings is one thing. I think ranking is the not perfect measurement of performance, but yeah, it's a measurement that many people use. We are ranked number 16 worldwide. I think we are better than number 16, but yeah, this is our ranking. So high quality is really important for us. The other thing that is really important for us is we want to be really international. I think we are the most international supply chain program in the world. This is what you can see when we talk about students or teachers or campuses or cooperation partners. So we are doing a lot of stuff that goes into that direction. We have the cooperation with MIT. I will be more precise about that. We have the cooperation with Harvard. I think we all know these institutions. They are cool. We also have 2 other corporations, one with Polimi, that's a business school located in the north of Italy, one in Lancaster, that's in the UK, and our students can go during the program for an exchange to these business schools. For example, my students will go in February, so in this month, to Polimi if they want. It's an option, so you don't have to do that. Yes, leadership plays an important role. Why is leadership important? Because we want that our students are faster and more successful than the students of other programs. And that means we have to teach you the basics, and we have to teach you high quality, but we also have to teach you the interpersonal skills. And this is why we have more than other programs also soft skills like leadership, presentation, communication, negotiation, because we strongly believe that this is what leads to a fast improvement in your career. It's not only being excellent in supply chain and procurement. The program from September this year will be based in Lille, and it will also be in Dubai. That gives you choices. So if you like France, you can study in France. If you like Dubai, you can study in Dubai. If you like both and want to have a mixed experience, that's also possible. So again, we give you options. You pick what's good for private life and for your career. Kind of on yeah, too fast, but no problem. I will go through the last point. So the last point is kind of fuzzy to say, but I think it's the most important thing of our program is I think we have really very, very good teachers. Yeah, everybody says they have really very good teachers, but I think we really have it. So I think this is an advantage. And on a later slide, I tell you that we make different choices regarding who is teaching in our program. Okay, so cooperation with MIT. So this is our slide. So famous institution, #1 ranked in both rankings about supply chain management. We do 5 courses together with them. How much is that? I would say it's between 40 and 50% of the whole program. So it's a big part of the program. It's not like a small, tiny thing. And this means that our students, they can get 5 certificates from MIT. And Yongfeng has mentioned that it's cool that we have the SKEMA alumni, and that can help you in your career and in your life. And if you are participating in this program, you also become an MIT alumni. So I think that's also cool. So you get two for the price of one. The MIT Corporation gives you a lot of opportunities, and another opportunity that it, for example, gives you is that afterwards you can study at MIT in their master degree and pass it in just 5 months. But there are multiple others. So big cooperation with MIT. Why with MIT? Because they are the benchmark in the world. Okay. Maybe the next slide. Thank you. Harvard. So I'm a Harvard guy. We have more than 10 Harvard people teaching in the program, so we have a lot of Harvard perspective in the program. Why Harvard? Because from my perspective, it's just the #1 business school in the world. MIT is really excellent in this analytical thinking in numbers, and numbers are an important part of supply chain and procurement. But it's not the only part in supply chain and procurement. So supply chain and procurement has also softer parts, people parts, leadership parts, sustainability, innovation, you name it. And here Harvard is very strong, and this is why we also have a cooperation with Harvard. So it means that you don't only get an MIT degree and an MIT alumni and MIT certificates and a SKEMA master degree, you also get a Harvard certificate for that. And we use a ton of Harvard material in the program when it comes to cases and simulations and articles, etc. Okay, maybe next slide. So Polimi is a good other business school in Europe, also with a very technical approach similar to MIT on how they perceive supply chain management. They are also doing very well in the rankings. You can see here that they are ranked #3 and 7 and worldwide, so also pretty well. And our students can go there for one course. So this means that if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, beside the SKEMA master degree and the MIT certificates and the Harvard certificate, you can also get a Polimi certificate. And this happens for my students in 2 weeks from now. So some of them want to go to Polimi. Okay. Next. And we have one more. So they are ranked #12 in the world, so also not really bad. So one more exchange. My students really like exchange programs, not all of them, but a lot of them like this experience of going somewhere else and meeting other people, meeting other students, meeting other teachers. And again, you get a certificate from them, and we have designed it in a way that in one semester, you go to Polimi and you do the exchange there, and in the other semester, you can go to the Lancaster University. And again, you can get a certificate. So we talk about the SKEMA master degree, MIT certificates, Harvard certificate, Polimi certificate, and Lancaster certificate. And all of them are top in the world. Okay. Yeah, leadership, I mentioned that. So we will really try to give you very, very high quality knowledge about supply chain and procurement, and that helps you a lot to be better than students of other programs. But it's not the only thing that makes you successful. Another thing that is really important to get promoted fast in your career to a manager or a director level is how good you are with people. And this is why we do a lot of innovative stuff that goes in the leadership directions. It's leadership courses, it's communication courses. We have this course. We have another course that we are doing with an acting trainer, so a professional actor who's training typically other actors of how you communicate in a film or in a theater. So we are doing a lot of stuff to just make you better communicators, because supply chain management and procurement is also a ton about people, and it's very important that you are confident and successful in dealing with people who are different. Okay. Yes, and I told you we have this goal, and I think it's super important to be the most international program in supply chain in the world. Why is it important? Well, very simple, because supply chain management is super international. So if you work for a successful global company, they have suppliers and customers everywhere in the world, and that means for you it's really important to be able to understand people who are different than you. It's really important to get this intercultural perspective, and we match that in our program with more than 80% of our students in our program. At SKEMA on average it's 40%, but in our program it's 80% of our students are international students. Regarding our teachers, we have 30 teachers, only 2 are French, so we are also very international on the teacher side. We talked about our cooperation partners, Harvard, MIT, Polimi, Lancaster. They are all very international, but also our program wants to go to other campuses at SKEMA. SKEMA is a really interesting business school with a global presence. Not a lot of business schools have that. And we are drawing from that. So this means if you want, you can study full-time or a semester also in Dubai. And for the future, we plan to add other campuses. So what's the difference regarding our teachers? I already mentioned that. So my perspective on what is a perfect teacher to students is a teacher who has the knowledge and the job that is the dream job of my students. So if you are sitting here today in the webinar and your goal is that maybe in 10, 15, 20 years, you want to be the head of supply chain or the head of operations or the head of procurement, or maybe even a CEO, or you want to be a supply chain consultant, or you want to be an entrepreneur. If that is your goal, then these sort of people are your perfect teachers. So this means that the big majority of our teachers is industry people, and very successful industry people. So we have CEOs, we have CFOs, we have COOs. So what does it mean? I just to give you an impression. So we have very soon in the program, we have a supply chain leadership course. The teacher is a CEO. We have a supply chain finance course. The teacher is a managing director of a bank. We have a supply chain consulting course. The teacher is a partner from McKinsey. So that's kind of our approach. People who are very successful, who are experts in the area from the industry, bringing them into our classroom. Okay. So what are the topics that we are teaching you? So, well, if the program is called Global Supply Chain Management and Procurement, you might not be surprised. Supply chain management and procurement are the most important topics. If you ask me about how much is supply chain, how much is procurement, I would say 60-40. So probably 60% is more supply chain focused, 40% is more procurement focused, but hard to say, not precise to measure. Very important leadership in the soft skill part, because we think strongly that this is the #1 thing that makes you grow faster in your career compared to competitors. And then we talk about the trends of tomorrow. You know you know that better than me. The world is crazy. It's changing so fast. The world tomorrow is very different from the world yesterday. So we really need to teach you the new stuff. And what is the new stuff? First, technology management. So you need to understand what's going on there. What is AI, blockchain, big data, you name it. Sustainability is a thing. Ethics, however you want to call that. And I don't want to go into politics and Trump and whatever you want to discuss, but the geopolitics changes. So the is changing, and that has impact on supply chains. So we need to talk about how you build supply chains in an uncertain world. That's interesting and fun and challenging. And the final thing is, if you enter your career in the beginning, you don't get the very big leadership role, you get your small responsibility, and your boss expects from you that you make it better. So we need to give you the skills to how you do this change management, this project management, or if, like me, you want to become a consultant, how you are successful in driving success home in a project. And that's the seventh major topic that we do. What are the typical careers? I would say it's 30%, 30%, 30%, and then 5 to 10%. So 30% of my students want to go into supply chain, and supply chain is a ton of different things. Logistics, quality, customer, planning, whatever. 30% want to go into procurement. 30% want to go into consulting. I'm personally a big fan of consulting because I am a former consultant, but I also think when you are young, it's a great way to have a fast improvement in your career and to learn fast. So I think if you're smart and ambitious, maybe becoming a supply chain consultant could be a good choice for you. And entrepreneur. So we have a couple of students who are either continuing their family business, or they want to create or are creating their own startup. So that are the typical career options. Great. Do we have one more slide? Oh yeah, the final one. So what's the perfect profile of students for this program? So we want to make you successful. So hopefully you are ambitious. So the success rate of bringing our students fast into jobs is almost 100%. So our goal is not to bring you into a job. Our goal is to bring you into a cool job as fast as possible, something like a dream job for you. So we hope that you are ambitious. We hope that you try to have a positive perspective on the world, and you want to create some sort of positive influence on that. International mindset is really important. So everything in the program is international. Everything. Focus on excellence. So we have a very high quality levels. I mean, we are well ranked. We have cool partners, MIT, Harvard. So obviously, we have great teachers. So obviously, the quality is good. And we expect that, and I think that's the other thing. How do you get the most out of a program? Well, you need to have a good program, but you also have to put your part to the table. And your part to the table is be active, have a good work ethic, learn, grow, become better, create a better version of yourself. So high work ethic is my #1 indicator of success in the program. Thank you. I think that was the last slide.
Thank you, Torsten, for your presentation. So right now I'm going to give you more information about the admission and then the student service. And the last section is the Q&A. So feel free to ask your question. And right now I will give you more information about the admission. This program is available in 2 formats. The first format, it is a 1-year Master of Science. The second format, it is 2 years Master of Science. The differences will be, first of all, regarding the eligibility. If you want to be eligible to the 1-year option, for most of the nationality, you need to have a 4 years bachelor degree or with more than 3 years of working experience after graduation. If you have a doubt on your eligibility, feel free to come back to me. I can give you more precise information. And then the second part, it is about the duration, as it is indicated 1 year and 2 years. If you join the 1 year, you can enter into the specialization directly, study in Lille or Dubai, as we mentioned it just now. Secondly, if you want to spend more time for your master program and you join the 2 years, the first year will be international management program. That means you have the choices of choosing different campus of SKEMA as you want. And then you enter into the second year. For the first year, we also have a free French class around 3 hours per week to help you better adapt to the French culture and adapt to the life here. And all our Master of Science, no matter 1 year and 2 years, it is recognized by the French Ministry of Higher Education. That means after graduate, I would say for 99% of the nationality, you are eligible to apply for a visa, which allow you to stay an additional 12 months in France to find a job and internship. And admission is 100% online. There are 2 steps to go. First of all, you need to prepare all your documents like your CV, resume, passport, ID, your previous studies document like your diploma and your transcript, and recommendation letter, etc. And we also ask for English test score, which should be less than 2 years old, and pay the 100 euros application fee. Then once this first step is completed, you will be contacted within 5 to 7 working days to have a motivation interview with the program director, Torsten. If you have any question, here are the contact for you. For international student, please send all your question to our contact international point admissions at skema.edu. If you are a French student, please contact admissions postgraduate at skema.edu. And the student service that we are going to offer to you, because you have a lot of time out of class, then we will encourage you to join the student association. There are many 2 categories, professional one and leisure one. Professional one, that means you can join different professional projects with some big company. It will be very helpful to mention it in your CV when you search for internship and job. Another type, it is mainly for leisure. You can join the international volunteer activities. You can enjoy the yacht activity with the yacht club, etc. We have more than 65 associations for you to choose from. We also have Talented Career Center to help you find job and internship. They will mainly help you for 2 aspects. The first aspect, it is to get you prepare for your CV, motivation letter, some training for your interview, because a lot of students, they're from different culture. If they found a job in Europe, in France, so maybe they will be their first time to have a interview in a French company. So we will guide you how to answer the question, give you some suggestions. And then we will also connect you with the company. Another important aspect that we are going to offer you the service in it. We will organize a lot of different career events, mainly 2 types of a career event. The first one is it is with a specific theme, like supply chain. We will organize a supply chain career activity. Then you can join and meet the company who are recruiting a position related to the supply chain, or a general one, including various possibility. Then you can just join us and talk with the recruiter directly. We also have alumni network to connect you with all the graduated students. So it is a great opportunity for you to build up your network. Here are our SKEMA people. I hope you can join us, and then in the future we will share with our prospective your picture in this SKEMA people's work. So right now it is the Q&A. Just now I heard some songs, some voices. So I think you will have some questions for us. Anyone want to ask the question? You can either send it in the conversation, or turn on your microphone and talk with us directly.
Hello,
Yes, hello.
my name is Zana. Nice to meet you. I have a question regarding the order of the courses. I would like to apply for the 1-year program, and I saw that we can have an intake in January 2026. Is that right?
Yes. This program is available in 2 intake, September 2025 and January 2026. Right now, the application of January 2026 is not yet open. Normally, it will open in around, I think, August, September this year. So if you want to apply for January intake, please come back to me in July, let's say, and then I'll come back to you for the exact date when we start the application.
Okay. And if I start in January 2026, and let's say I want to do one semester in Dubai, is there an order particular to follow, or it can be in the first semester or second semester as I want?
You mean you want to choose different campus for your 1 year studies? Yes, I also have the agreement from Thorsten. It is possible to have the first semester in Dubai and second semester in Lille, but pay attention that this program for the specialization year, it is only available in Lille or Dubai. That means you only have 2 choices. But if you join the 2 years option, the first year it is general program, so you can choose different campus of SKEMA that I show you just now in a map.
Maybe I can say something in addition to that. So most of my students are choosing only one campus for convenience. I personally think that one semester here and one semester there is a perfect solution, because you get impressions from 2 different areas and also 2 different career areas. We have designed the curriculum that you can do it in both orders. So you can do Dubai Lille or you can do Lille Dubai. I would suggest, and this is just my personal suggestion, that you do the second, so the final semester in the area where you want to work afterwards. So if you're looking more for a job in Europe or in France, maybe it's better to start in Dubai and then go to Lille. If your goal is more to work in the Middle East, then maybe you would like to start in France and then end in Dubai, because then you already can build in the second semester on your contacts that you have created. But that's just my personal suggestion. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, thank you very much. So you answer my question. So I can either do Lille Dubai or Dubai Lille, and then at the end have 4 to 6 months internships.
Yes, exactly. Normally for 1 year option, you only need to do an internship of at least 4 months.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Diana. And then I have a question from Hajara. She asked the question about whether we accept higher national diploma in business and administration. Yes, if as long as your diploma is recognized by your own country, we accept the diploma. And then we highly appreciate students with previous working experience. It's great that you have already 9 years of working experience in the hospitality industry. This program, supply chain, it welcomes students from different backgrounds, because supply chain exists in different industry. So your experience will be appreciated. And also with your profile, I think you are eligible to the 1 year option too. Internship is compulsory. Yes, because there are, I don't remember exactly the credit in the internship, but there are some credit inside, and then you need to gain it, obtain it to graduate. So internship is mandatory. And let's say in this way, working experience after the program, after the studies, it is mandatory. It can be either internship or job directly. So you are not limited to find an internship if you already go ahead with a formal job.
Yeah, great. And maybe if I can add to that, I think that's a great part. It's important that what we teach you also matters in the real world. So it completely makes sense. And an additional point that you didn't ask is you can do the internship wherever you want. So you can do the internship in France, in Dubai, in your home country, wherever you want. We just want to make sure that you bring the knowledge from the classroom into the real world. And we only call it internship because in many times it is internship, but it can be any real contract.
Yeah, and also you can create your own company too to become an entrepreneur, as Thorsten mentioned it just now. Okay, great. And then let's wait for other questions. And as Thorsten said just now, I would like to add something. The location of Lille is very strategic. It is not very far away from Belgium. I remember just 1 hour or even 30 minutes by train, and not very far away from Paris, 1 hour by train. And also, if you take the Eurostar, you can go to London in 1 hour and a half. So you can find a job in a lot of different countries in Europe already with the strategic location of Lille. Okay, about English, okay, we will get internship in the country of our choice by SKEMA. Yes, because as I said just now, our diploma is recognized by the French Ministry of Higher Education. So it is recognized worldwide. You can search for an internship or job in no matter which country that you want. Don't worry. You're not limited to France or Europe. Okay, the next question is about English test score. Very good question. You haven't do the TOEFL. Okay. Finally, the TOEFL now waiting for results. Okay, so in this case, if you have different English test score, check which one you have higher score. Then you just use that one because one of the evaluation is based on the English test score. So check which wait for all the results that you may have and upload the best performance of you. Okay. And then the next one, have to find it on our own. Just now I mentioned it about the Talent Career Center. They will help you to find internship and job too. They will give you guidance, and also they will organize a lot of various activity to invite the company to join us. Then you will have more opportunity to talk with them directly to impress them. But it will be you to take initiative to find the internship and job. Don't worry. We will offer you all the resources, but you also need to take action. This is very important, the initiative from your own.
I would like to add a little to that, because I think it's a really important part, especially if you come from a different country. Maybe you are afraid that you don't find a job immediately afterwards. So just to give you a little information, what's typically happening. So we support you heavily, and we have these career fairs. That is one of the things that really helps you. The second is we have a lot of industry teachers and guest lecturers in the program, and they partly also hire my students. So that is also very helpful. You got training, for example, for interviews or for your CVs. Many of you, when you apply, your CVs don't look really nice. So it's good that you get a training to have a nice looking CV. The other thing that I find absolutely wonderful is we have for the supply chain program a person from our talent and career department who's just responsible for this master program, and she has her expertise in this area, and I find it very helpful because she can coach my students very well how to do that. So what's the typical outcome? So do you get a job or not? Yes, the big majority of my students has a job on the first day. Something like 95% or so have it on the first day, and many of them have multiple job offers. So it's typically not that you just have 0 or 1 job offer. It's typically that you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different job offers. So I have a lot of meetings with my students. Hey, these are the different job offers. Where should I go? But yes. And Yongfeng, you're perfectly right. We help you a lot, but finally it's your life, so always please take also initiative.
Thank you, Thorsten. Okay, the next question, it is about the admission interview process. There are 2 steps to go. First of all, you need to prepare your documents, all the documents necessary, like your CV, your transcript, your diploma from your previous studies, etc. And then once you complete this first step, pay 100 euros application fee, then you need to wait for 3 to 5 working days. Then we will contact you to organize the interview with the program director. So totally 2 steps to go. The process will take around 2 to 3 weeks. And then 2 questions. For the next, in terms of a degree, is there any differences between the 1 year and 2 years program? No differences. It will be the same degree. It is just a matter of time and also a matter of eligibility criteria. For the international student, like me, will influence the infant barrier to land a job. I don't think in the supply chain industry, French will be a huge barrier to find a job because it's very international, as Thorsten say. But if you want to find, let's say, internship and job related to supply chain in France, I would strongly recommend you to learn French, because it is always a plus, because you speak English very well already. This is a great plus compared to other French candidates. But if you also noticed French, another foreign language, and also your own language, it will make you stand out. Okay. What about the student accommodation? I think this aspect, Torsten can share a lot of information with you because he is located in Lille campus.
I'm very happy to do that. So maybe some of you have never heard about Lille, so let me describe the city very shortly. So we are one of the bigger cities in France. So we have 200,000 people living in our city. It's in north of France. It's very friendly and very safe. If there's anything that's bad about the city, it's raining a lot. So this is something that is unfortunately true. So I can't do anything about that. It's a student city. So out of 200,000 people living in Lille, 100,000 are students. And that means the whole city is designed for you. So SKEMA has student accommodation, so you can choose them. But if you want to find cheaper ones, I would suggest you look for yourself, and within 1 or 2 or 3 days, you will find an apartment that is cheap and also is in walking distance from the campus. You know, that's a big advantage from my perspective compared to a global capital like London or Paris, where it's not easy to find something that is very close to the campus. In Lille, you will find a feasible, acceptable, low price apartment in walking distance from the campus, which is very convenient for students. So we have a service for students, but if you look for yourself, maybe you can find it cheaper.
Okay. I also want to add something. We have a housing SKEMA team to help every registered student to find accommodation. They have a Facebook group with all the house resources. As Torsten said, yes, we have student resident in the campus, but it is, I would say, there are also more choices available. So you can check this Facebook group and to see is there any other house resource cheaper and also not very far away from the campus. And I also would like to share with you some little pictures about the campus and the city. Lille is located in the north of France. And then here it is the picture of our campus and also the city. It is located just next to the train station and also the old town of Lille. It is a very good position and not very, as I said just now, not very far away from Belgium, 34 minutes by train and also 1 hour by train. You can go to Paris to enjoy the Disneyland during the weekend and also London 1 hour and 22 minutes. So it is a great location for you to study there. Okay. Another thing, it is about the tuition fee. Yes, I would like to share with you about the tuition fee of the program. I'm going to send you a follow-up email with the brochures of this program right after our webinar. The 1-year option is 25,000 euro. For 2 years option is 44,000 euro. From September 2025, we have a service fee of 500 euros per year added to the tuition fee also. So this is about the tuition fee. And the next installment plan, normally you can pay it for the 1-year tuition fee, you can pay in either in all at once with 1.5% of reduction. The second way, it is to pay in 3 times. So you can choose it. If you choose the 2 years option, each year you pay that year's tuition fee. You don't need to pay all at once. And then the next one, it is start the course in American market. Okay. If you want to find out start your career in America, sure you can do it. But as I know, the company there, you need to find out the company who is willing to help you for the visa, the work visa. And this is also something related to what Torsten said, the uncertainty. I feel like they changed a lot recently.
Yeah, and maybe I can add two remarks to that, because our cooperation partner MIT and Harvard, they are also also based in the US. So it is not trivial, and the major thing is that you need a visa, and for the visa you need to study in the US, typically for a STEM program, or you need to get visa sponsorship, which is not very expensive for the company, but companies only typically do it if you are a better candidate than the candidate within the home country. So it's possible, but you have to be really good. We have two advantages to help you in that direction. The first one is that we also have a US campus, and that means we also have a talent and career center there, and that means that's a resource from which you can draw. And for example, if you choose in our program as a 2-year program, you can also spend the first year on our Raleigh campus. So that helps you. So we have a resource there. And the second is because of our big partnership with MIT, some of our students try to use MIT as something like a footstep into the US market. So that's the second opportunity how you go into that, but it's in no way that you study in France and you are already immediately qualified to find a job in the US.
Thank you, Torsten, for your insights. Okay, the next question, it is about the admission for September intake end. Normally for international students, we recommend you to leave at least 3 months for your visa application. That means the latest time for you to apply, let's say the beginning of May will be the best. Please apply before that, and then you have 2 to 3 weeks to go through all the admission process and registration process. Then from the beginning of June, you can submit your visa application documents, then wait for the reply and also prepare for your accommodation, etc. But for a student who are already in Europe or in France with citizenship there, you can apply even a little bit later in June or even the beginning of July. What is the average starting salary after the MSc program? Normally we have a statistic. I think they are still following the latest cohort. This is why they have not published it. If you want to know it, I suggest you to refresh these brochures quite often, and then you will see the statistic later. And Torsten, maybe you already have
yes, idea. Yeah, I would like to say something. So I know we have a statistic. I don't know how actual it is, but I think it is in the mid 40s. So it's something like 45 or so. But I can give you a feedback of what is typically the starting salary and the positions of my students. So if you are my least successful students, so you are my worst students in finding a good job, you probably will be in the high 30s, so between 35 and 40,000 euros. So that's kind of the worst thing that can happen to you. And my best students, they typically get into the range of 60 to 80,000 euros as a starting salary after the program. So it depends on where you look, what you look, which company, which position. From my perspective, the most important thing is not this question. I fully understand that you like this question, and I would like to have this information too. From my perspective, the most important thing is, do you get promoted fast to manager positions? And here I don't have a number, but what I'm seeing is that this is happening quite fast for many of my students. So many of my students get promoted within the first 1 or 2 years.
Okay. Thank you, Torsten. And then another question, it is about scholarship. Yes, we offer scholarship to international students. If you have a non-French citizenship, and then you can just come back to us for the application of a scholarship. It is a scholarship between 2,000 to 4,000 euro if you get it. It is mainly based on the excellence of the student. We will check your GPA, your previous academic performance, your application, all the application documents, your interview performance with Torsten, and then if you have a GMAT, GRE, TEST, MATCH, this kind of written score, will be a plus. So after that, after you get the admission, you can come back to us and ask for the scholarship information. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Marie-Joseph is writing, so let's wait for probably the last question. Okay, another student is writing too. feel free to ask question, because it's very great to have an opportunity that you have admission service and also the program director in the same occasion to answer your question. I'm Reza, draw the call. Please repeat the scholarship. Okay, sure, don't worry. We offer international. We offer scholarship, excellent scholarship to international students. The amount is between 2,000 euro to 4,000 euro if you get it, and then we are evaluating the following aspects, like your previous academic performance, your overall strength of the application, that means all the documents that you have submitted in your application, and your interview performance with the program director. And if you have a written score, will be a plus. So these brochures I will also send to you in the follow-up email after our webinar. It is in the second page, and then when you zoom it, it is at the bottom. Then you can find out all the information. After the interview, please contact us for further information about the application process. Okay. How long are we supposed to wait for the admission submission? Normally, from the moment that you submit your documents, pay application fees, etc., until the moment that you receive a result, it is 3 weeks. And after the interview with Toaston, you will receive a reply, yes or no, from SKEMA within 5 to 7 working days. For the next step, you mean, normally after the admission, you have 21 days to decide whether you finish the registration steps or not. Maybe it is the next step that you mean. And after the registration, you will receive all the documents necessary for your visa application later. And the registration steps, we will communicate with you once you get admission. Normally, there are 3 steps to go: contract, deposit, choice of payment method for your future tuition fee, etc. Okay. You're welcome. So great. I think we are quite clear about all the questions. Yes, Diana.
I have a
please go
last
ahead.
question. It's
Yeah.
again about the intake in January. So just to be sure, each semester, either in Dubai or France, is 4 months. So like I will do 1 semester until April, and the second semester is from May to August, right?
Very interesting question. Just a minute. I'm going to show you.
So maybe while you are looking for the slide, I'm commenting. So on our 2 semesters are September till December and January till April. So this means that when you start in April, in January, sorry, you have the first semester from January till April. Then you probably want to do an internship from April to September, and then you do the second semester from September to December.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dana, each year in SKEMA, there were only 2 semesters. So if you join the 1-year option, there were only 2 semesters. If you join the 2 years option, there were 4 semesters. And then also more information I'm going to give you regarding this organization of the program. If you join us in fall intake, the course will start from normally the beginning of September until April, 2 semesters. Then you have Christmas vacation, New Year vacation for 1 week or 2 weeks, so between December and January. And then from 1st of May until the next December, it will be the mandatory work experience period. As we talk about a lot just now, it is the time for you to find internship and job. And then there is also dissertation from the second semester for your graduation thesis. And then the second choice is mainly for you, Diana, for spring intake, right? January 2026. So you have the first semester from January and April. Second semester, summer vacation, it is not mandatory for you to find internship. This is why we say possible work experience period. But it is also encouraged to do another internship and then to enrich your CV. And then from September again, you start the second semester until December. And then the next period, it is mandatory for you to find work experience and also dissertation. So this is the different organization of the 2 intake.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I understand. And I have a last question. You said earlier that, I'm not sure if I understand well, but if we, the campus of Dubai and Lille does not have the same specialization, like it doesn't cover the same areas of supply chain, or it's
No. The program is designed so that they match up. Of course, we have a little of localization, especially regarding the teachers. But the topics are almost 100% identical. So it means it's absolutely the same quality, and it's absolutely possible to change from one campus to the other one, and it is zero restrictions. So that's the design. I don't want to impose any sort of quality or whatever restrictions on my students. So it's parallel pretty much.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for your answers.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other question? Because I saw just now Marie-Joseph is writing. Do you want to ask your question, or it is fine? Okay, it's fine. Great. So thank you everyone for your time and also your participation. And I hope we can see you soon. And another thing, it is about the scholarship budget. We already have a lot of demand, so the budget is limited. I strongly recommend you to apply as soon as possible so that you can apply for the scholarship too. So I wish you a great afternoon, and then I saw Soha is writing to you. So if you have any further question, you will receive my follow-up email. You can reply to me, and I'm happy to help. So have a great afternoon, and thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Torsten.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.